I am definitely the worst time traveler in history. The system awakens as soon as the soul travels to the fantasy world. I thought I would dominate the world by relying on the system. Who would have expected that the system would directly simplify all my exercises? The inner skill of martial arts is breathing. The body is tempered into a cough. Boxing techniques, shaking body techniques, slow walking, sword techniques, caressing fairy techniques, staying up late. When others practice, their blood energy is strong. But when I practice, it feels like my kidneys are weak. But when terrifying enemies come one after another, I am a short-lived young man with kidney deficiency. But he walked out holding on to the wall, although coughing and shaking. But with one palm, he shocked and killed the eternal immortal palace. At this time, in the North Palace of the Northern Territory town of the Daffing Dynasty, as soon as I woke up, I heard the beat ringing in my ears. The corners of his mouth could not help but curve. I never thought you could become stronger while sleeping. I carefully understand my current strength. I just feel like my blood is rising all over my body. I don't know how much the strength has been increased. Seems like enough to kill an old black bull. This is obviously a sign of entering the 9th level of martial arts. Even though he is at the 9th level of martial arts, he is no more than a third-rate warrior. In this world where everyone practices cultivation, they are like cabbage. But I'm still overjoyed. After all, I just got the system last night. Reached level 5-9 after just one sleep. Not too good at all. I immediately called up the system panel to check. Then a translucent color interface appeared in front of you. Congratulations to the host for activating the Avenue Quality Inspection System. Zulongju is simplified to breathing. Golden Bell simplified to cough. The hand that captures the dragon is reduced to trembling. Yanlongquan is simplified to support. Yanlong 9 lines are simplified to slow poke. Follow the system introduction. All roads are the simplest. But after evolution, it became complicated, making it difficult for future generations to see clearly its essence. Crazy talk about learning and mastery, but the Dao quality inspection system can peel away layers of appearances. Simplify the tedious road. Directly point to the great road itself and make it follow the natural way. This allows the host to quickly learn and master. For example, ancestral dragon art is an ancestral skill of the Ken family. Although powerful, it is also famous. The difficulty of practicing requires not only sincere definition of Beiyuan Shui, you also need to use secret methods to meditate, breathe out, condense essence, and gather energy. Extremely complex. I studied secretly for several years, but never got started. Before that, it didn't even work successfully for a week. After the simplification of the Dao quality inspection system, Zulongju has been simplified to breathing. As long as I take one breath, Zulongju will start automatically. It's just time to sleep every day a week. It actually allowed me to gain 1 year of inner strength easily. Although I don't have much strength in a year, it only takes one night. A normal person breathes approximately 30,000 times a day. That ancestral dragon art can operate for 30,000 days. Breathing for 10 days is equivalent to 30 years of internal strength. Breathing for 100 days is equivalent to 300 years of internal energy. Calculate it this way. After 3 months, I will be able to look at the world with my hands behind my back. Who can stop these 300 years of skill? At that time, if I wasn't invincible, who would be? What's more, apart from Zulongju, the system also simplifies the golden bell to cough. Yanlongquan is simplified to support. The 9 lines of Yanglong are simplified into Mando. Every time I cough, the golden bell automatically tempers my body. If he persists in coughing, he will cough up millions of liters in 3 months. To what extent should every part of the body be tempered? Even if you don't use any martial arts at that time. The physical hardness alone is enough to crush everything. But actually I still have martial arts skills. Dragon capturing hand, Yanlong fist, and Yanglong 9 lines. Every time I tremble, support me and walk slowly. Proficiency, perception, and comprehension. It will be strengthened by 1 point at the same time. I am getting stronger all the time. It's just that the way to become stronger is a bit weird. This doesn't look like the Avenue Quality Inspection System. Rather, it is a simplified system for serious illness or a kidney deficiency simulator. I noticed something was wrong. Is Zulongju simplified to the respiratory tract? But other simplified methods of cultivation are combined together. I just have to cough and tremble every day. Walk slowly while holding onto the wall. The boy was holding onto the wall, still coughing and shaking. No matter how you look at it, it gives people the feeling of being colored out by 9 colors, physically weak or even terminally ill. The weak one seems to be knocked off at any time. But actually I am practicing and improving all the time. Who dares to be my enemy? I'll cough a few more times to make him relax his guard. Then take advantage of it before being struck by a quick thunder blow. Although it's a bit embarrassing, it seems pretty cool. My eyes widened when I thought of this. And take a deep, meaningful breath. Shake your hands and cough a few times. Cough, cough, cough. The ancestral dragon technique rotates around the sky and adds 1 to capture the dragon, and the perception of the hand adds 2. Golden Bell tempered body 3. According to this progress, I will definitely be invincible in 3 months. But before that, I have to keep arching. The so-called jumping high will lead to death quickly. I don't want to be like the original owner who doesn't know how to restrain himself and suffers everywhere. As a result, he was beaten to death before his hair even grew. The original owner on the roadside is also a legend. As the third son of the Prince of Genbei, he is also the only future heir to the palace. Not only are you born with endless glory and wealth, he has been extremely smart since he was a child, and he is amazingly talented in martial arts training. But young people always have martial arts dreams. As a result, he was beaten to death as soon as he sneaked out of the northern territory and entered the Jiang roadside. You should take action before you become invincible. Longing for a fart world. Enjoy the happy life now. Isn't it nice to listen to Gulan every day with fine clothes and fine food and nothing to do? The Duke of Coco and Kokozu rotates every day and adds 6. Golden Bell tempering body plus 18 just when I was thinking about it secretly. The room door was opened. Immediately, 4 women in work clothes walked in quickly. All have beautiful skin, holy snow, and exquisite figures. Just pick one out. The kind whose appearance is not inferior to that of previous female stars, but they are just my personal maids. Saw the beautiful maids arriving. I immediately burst into anti-laughter and greeted the 4 of them warmly. The 4 maids also bowed to me. Then there is a very tacit understanding. Step forward and step me off the 3-meter-wide golden Anmu bed. He helped me up while enjoying the attentive service of the 4 girls. While tutting his tongue, he savored the different characteristics of the 4 women. Can't avoid getting hands on and off, taking advantage of the 4 girls very wantonly. The 4 girls showed no resistance to this. Not to mention that they are my personal maids. Offensive and defensive service is one of their tasks. Just because of my handsome appearance, no matter what their needs are, they will be willing to do so. But after so many years of service, they also know the character of their own persimmons very well. Even though I speak uninhibitedly. Not very honest with my hands either, but he never did anything too outrageous. Every time I talk to them, my hands dance and my heart dances. When the face is red and the ears are red and limp, we'll stop and laugh. Over time, they all adapted too. Oh, it's so boring, it's hard for me to continue. Forget it, I'm too familiar and not interested, so I better listen to Gulan. I heard that a new Oiran has arrived at Baihawalu. She looks so moisturized. I have nothing to do today, I just go to arrange flowers and jade. Style opens the way. Huiyu supports Zuman, shakes the fan, and Yuiling serves tea. Remember to walk slowly. Cough, cough, cough. The distance from Genbei Palace to Baihua Tower is only a few miles. But I was forced to leave for half an hour. More than. It's because I was supported and walked as slowly as a snail. Still coughing and shaking. The women see it as nothing on the surface. But his eyes are full of worry. Baihua Tower is the most famous fireworks place in Ruodabe region. Favored by countless noble sons and dandy boys. After all, there are countless Mingji Huadans here who are like flowers and jade. Not only is she beautiful, but she also possesses 18 skills. Proficient in playing and singing. But there is an unwritten rule here. That is the guest of Baihawalu. Never be strong, forcing the Baihawalu woman to do anything to betray her. Body matters, unless the woman volunteers. Otherwise, no matter how noble his status is, as long as he dares. If you mess around, you will be kicked out of Baihawalu. These guests can't take revenge on Baihawalu afterwards. But even so, Baihawalu is still the only place for countless men. A place for golden fans to have fun, and I am a frequent visitor here. So, when I brought Feng Huaxiu to Baihawalu, up to the Lanao Matsia Pride official girl music, down to Zhao Si, who is serving tea and water, they all smiled and rushed to welcome him. Oh, Your Highness Persimmon is here, what a distinguished guest. Come on, the private room is ready. Then he walked into Baihua Tower with the support of everyone. The building is very busy at the moment. Just because the new Oiran Li Ruyang is making her debut on stage. And afterwards you will be able to choose a guest to spend the night with. So all the rich and powerful people in the building at this moment All the dandies are crazy. Everyone was shouting like crazy. Throwing a lot of money on the stage, not to mention. I even wanted to rush forward with my whole body. Just to get a chance to get close to Liu Ruyan. Although Liu Ruyan is a foreigner, this is his first time coming to Zhenbaikan, but his fame has already spread throughout the Northern Territory. When I walked into the lobby, looking at Liu Ruyan, who is performing happily on the stage, he also has big eyes, then discard for maids. And the boss lady has no regard for the status of the world, rushing towards the high platform in one stride. Join the many crazy powerful men and women who are shouting at knock. The white banknotes among them. Just throw it on the stage like you don't have any money. Throw out tens of thousands tails in the blink of an eye. It's so inhumane. Suddenly I became the most handsome boy in the room. If the bill is more than the money, I can definitely come out on top today. Obtain the favor of Liu Ruyan. Have the opportunity to spend a good night together. But Liu Ruyan is called a strange woman. How can it be so vulgar? She didn't come up to me after the show. Instead, he stood up and bowed to the visitors below. Ruyan would like to thank you all for your rewards. However, the slave family does not value these long-term. When Beiyu's literary style is popular among many talented young people. Now you can compose a poem on the spot about the slave family. If the slave family can be satisfied, the slave family is willing not to take any money, and I will perform keep singing and dancing for you alone. Even a good night together. When I heard this, the whole place was boiling with emotion. After all, if a single financial resource and status. With me here today, they are no match at all. They can't fight and they don't dare to fight. But if compared to poetry, then they all have a chance. After all, we all know. I am the biggest dude in the Northern Territory now. Apart from eating, drinking and having fun, I don't know how to do anything else. Writing poetry is good. I am stable at 3 years old. I can write poems at the age of 5 until I am 8 or 9 years old. Proficient in all kinds of poetry and songs. I come first. For a moment, I thought I had some ink on my locks. One after another, they came forward to search their intestines, chant poems and compose poems. Not to mention that they are all prodigal sons of the land of fireworks. But many of them really have fire hidden in their bellies. Among them was a fat, white-faced man named Roger. Best written. No surprise, Ron will definitely come out on top. Get the chance to have Ruyan Li perform alone and spend the night together. After all, everyone else cheered loudly when they heard this poem. And they all admitted that their skills were inferior to others. But at this moment, I stood up silently. This is called poetry. I only saw a sneer on my face, full of disdain and ridicule. Read this poem and recite a poem. As soon as these words came out, all the guests present were stunned. I only saw me holding my waist with one hand, and stepped on a table extremely arrogantly. He yelled at Liu Ruyan on the stage. Entering the flower house early in the morning, the first sun shines on the high platform, playing the harp, playing the flute, and singing long legs. Flowers and grass sing deeply, and the moon bird is charming and charming. All religions are silent, only the sound of smoke remains. This is carefully crafted by this prince. I consider myself to be the best poem today. Who is in favor and who is against? Good poetry or good poetry? Probably the latter, but I still shamelessly said it was the best poem today. How could there be such a shameless person in the world? People are obvious. The previous poem by the white-faced Batman Rob. It's so much better than my poems. However, no one present dared to object. The white-faced Batman Ron gave up and said, "It's true that the strongest has its own strong hand. They're a mountain-high mountain. Your Highness Persimmon is really a master of writing. The teacher becomes weeping ghosts and gods. This is definitely a masterpiece that is rare to see in 1,000 years. The younger brother is willing to give in. I am very satisfied with this scene." At this moment, Liu Ruyan felt inexplicably sad and angry. But there is nothing I can do. After all, I'm notorious. Even though he was as far away as Jiangnan, he heard about it. I just never expected it. I am far more arrogant and dandy than the rumors say. Overbearing. So much so that even though he was gritting his teeth at this moment. But it can only be announced on the spot. I am most satisfied with what I do. Then I immediately climbed onto the high platform impatiently, pulling his jade hand upstairs and heading straight to the room. The beautiful prince is here. Don't worry, I will take good care of you. As soon as Coco entered the room, I felt like a pervert was possessed. Your Highness, please respect yourself. See this scene. Liu Ruyan was so frightened that her face turned pale, and she quickly backed away. Get out of my clutches. I'm not happy about this. A trace of anger flashed between his eyebrows. The girl had agreed before that who would be the best at doing things? Who can make a good night's bed with you? Why have I taken off my pants now? In the end, you have to regret it. Liu Ruyan frowned, staring tightly in front of you. His Royal Highness the young Crown Prince. Liu Ruyan clenched her hands hard. It is not the way to force your heart. You misunderstood Ruyan, and you didn't mean to regret it. It's just that it's still early. And Ruyan is good at pipa, silk and bamboo. Why don't you let Ruyan play a song first? Help His Royal Highness the Crown Prince, Your Highness Yaxing, what do you think? No need to help with elegance. I immediately shook my head with a weird smile on my face. I don't understand music at all. What do you think? No matter how well you play the bamboo pipa, it is still elastic. No sense of elegance at all. But this prince understands strangers very well. It's been a long day, and I have no intention of sleeping. Let's take a closer look at His Highness the Crown Prince. Hearing this, Liu Ruyan trembled. Xinwu looked angrily at the beautiful face in front of him. Unbelievable. How could this person be so shameless? I have no regrets even if I speak 3 sentences. It's hard to describe it as a dandy. It's the vulgar whereabouts of a market scoundrel. Seeing me reaching out those dirty hands to myself again. Liu Ruyan's body trembled violently. I couldn't help it anymore and shouted angrily in a sexual way. The words of seeking death have just finished. Liu Ruyan changed from the delicate and harmless form just now. A trace of murderous intent flashed across his face, and suddenly pulled out a dagger from the pipa. One quick step towards my heart.